I have to do 70 hours of free labor in the next 4.5 weeks. This is the very last part of my degree, but this is so stupid. I'm sorry, it's so stupid. Internships are just stupid. Like, do you think I have no bills to pay? It's crazy. I can't imagine people who do an internship alongside school while also having bills to pay. It's just too much. This is literally the last thing I need for school, but it's like the hardest thing because I've started making money for myself. And I also want to say, I've said this before, but I have no fucking will to do things for free that aren't progressing my business or me. And I know technically this is, but it's just so fucking stupid. Like, I want to be a personal trainer with my degree for queer people and for women. And I am working with one of my friends to create an 8-week program for her for that. And that's not counting towards the internship. The only thing that's counting is a desk job where I go in and do Microsoft Word shit and sit around and organize at a desk and don't do any hands-on work with exercise science. Literally just sitting around with a bunch of other office people doing nothing. And that's not what I want to be doing with my degree. The biggest takeaway for me for this is, aside from the degree I started and want to finish because it's just a couple more classes, I'm never gonna fucking get a college degree again. This is the biggest money drain and time waster I've ever had in my life. And it's so stupid. The stuff I've learned, first of all, I got a 4.0 the whole time. And I didn't even feel like I perfected the material. I felt like I learned the material in order to get an A, but perfecting the material, I would have liked to learn it at my own pace. And in order to do that, I would have wanted to sit down and with the textbook and absorb it at my own speed. And while I'm in school, I don't do that with any textbooks. When I don't have school, I have this internal yearning to learn more, and I'll take a book that interests me and try to learn from it. And if you really want the knowledge from a college degree, you can just research the courses that are a part of that program. Each course will have one textbook. Buy yourself the textbook for $75 to $100 and read it. You'll learn more than the people that are in that class, because if you read it yourself, that's already what you have to do for the class. You read it yourself. The teacher doesn't really do fuck all much besides maybe make a PowerPoint about each chapter, and you don't even go through the whole book oftentimes. But just read it yourself and learn it yourself, and do that with books that interest you, that you want to learn from, and bada bing, bada boom, there's your college education. And also, one thing I don't like about school is there's so much learning by reading and studying about something, and I think that kind of sets people up for failure because you learn by doing. I've learned more by doing than I have by studying. So, That's my little ramble. I have 4.5 weeks until I'm done, and I genuinely, like, I'm $10,000 more in debt than when I started, which is not that crazy. It's not as much as a lot of people because I went to community college, but the biggest takeaway for me is this was a big waste of money and time and energy, where I wasn't getting paid for a lot of it. I was going into debt for a lot of it, and I want to get out there and I want to get started, and I can't right now because I have this internship, this free slave work to do, where I'm sitting at a desk wasting my time doing stuff that doesn't even matter to what I want to do professionally. Like, if I could work with my friend and that was included in the internship hours, that would be incredible, because that's exactly what I want to do, but it's not. The desk job, the worthless desk job where I'm, organizing pens and doing PowerPoint and Microsoft Word documents and listening to old people talk about stupid stuff. That is the only credible thing. So